Hi everyone, and welcome to your weekly woo. We pulled blue lace agate as our crystal, spider is our totem, and ginkgo is our plant ally. So I want to say thank you to all the new subscribers, everyone who likes these videos on Instagram, and of course those who follow on YouTube. And thank you so much everyone for the thank you donations. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, and I'm so happy to be doing this work for you guys. So ginkgo, let's start here. I absolutely love this tree. It's 300 million years old. Let me clear my throat because that's an important part of this. 300 million years old. It is considered a living fossil. Not only that, it has survived nuclear blasts on this planet, both in Japan and in Russia. So this tree is powerful energy. This is a powerful ally to have this week. Its keyword being patience. And it talks about also the patience in how we express ourselves. And this is getting reinforced by blue lace agate coming in. So blue lace agate is one of my favorite crystals. We've never pulled this card as a collective, so I'm so excited we are this week. This is a brilliant crystal to keep on your person when you're having to have difficult conversations, when you're in business meetings where you have to present. If you're an actor, this is a great stone to have. It all relates to the throat chakra, which has, as in many modalities, has the color blue. In your mind's eye, if you were to look at the energy center system or the chakra system, the throat is like usually royal blue or pale blue, and here it's sort of represented in both. If you can look in that gorgeous depiction of this crystal's energy. So this week, what it looks like is we may be confronted with issues where we need to be patient, we need to be calm, and that is what is going to lead to success in conversations, in dialogues, in any situations that may be coming up where we're dealing with others. And this, there's an incredible amount of fire energy in the sky as the sun and Mercury are now in Leo. And this is going to add to, as they make these trines to Mars, which is in Aries, just adds a lot of heat and passion. And that can be passion, right? It can be like, when it comes to passionate anything, it can be passionate love or passionate hate. So we have to temper ourselves this week and make sure that we are speaking with calm expression and that there is patience when we are communicating with others. Now, this can also mean that there are situations in your life where you're wanting to go and initiate, and you want what you want, and there's some blockages that come in, and you have to be patient, and you have to wait, and you can't whine, and you can't complain, and you have to negotiate, and other people's opinions do come into play. No matter what's happening, when you go inside, right, when you go internally, and you connect to your highest self, that is going to help so much as we move forward this week to really ground yourself, to really make sure that you're operating from your best self or highest self, to just take that time to pause wherever you're at, whatever conversation you're at, whatever situation you're in. Take the pause, connect deeply to your best, the best part of yourself, that purity within. Take some time and then go back to whatever it is. That patience also comes in with self. Maybe there's some things you're working on this week and you wish that you were further along with them, or you wish that it was, you were getting answers. Well, we all know right now, one of the major lessons of 2020 is we don't know what the future holds. We don't even know what tomorrow is going to bring. And as these earth changes amp up, we're going to have to be in that place of really embracing the present moment, knowing that all of our power is in that present moment, and not trying to predict what is going to come the next day. Even these readings, this can only really give us a sense of how we can best use our energies, because we don't really know what we're going to be up against or what's coming towards us in a positive sense as well. This can also talk about, and as far as like relationships are concerned, because we did pull the twin flame card, and we know that Venus has been on the North Node, which signals destiny, fate in relationships. There could be new relationships forming, soulmate bonds forming, and yet you're going to have patience. Because, you know, with all of the shutdown and the restrictions going on, you can't just leap into something. And dare I say, even if you did, it would be problematic at this time, because it's all about temperance. It's all about patience. It's about balance. It's about being centered and calm and focused. So for some of us, you know, that may take away that sense of like, you want to drive into the passion, you want to act on your urges, maybe act on your sexual desire. But the message is cool it. Let the calming presence, right, of this energy of blue agate and the energy of water, bringing water into the fire to cool it down so that you can really take some time to make decisions that are going to create lasting situations, not just flash in the pan, right? You don't want to flash in the pan love, or maybe some of you do. You don't want to flash in the pan career or job or friendship. You want it to last and be enduring. I think that's what we all are sort of seeing right now, as there's so many things that change. Maybe it's our relationships that we want some sort of security in, but the truth is the only security comes from within. And maybe that's what this patience is all about, that we have to really find that sense of love and security within before we can move forward. Now, then we pulled, and we had this last week, Sulis, the goddess of water, and this tells us, this card, get to bodies of water, right? Whether it's rivers, oceans, ponds, even having salt baths, swimming in pools, because it's the water that we need, that cooling energy of water to just cool our jets. Whether that's cooling, you know, that sexual desire, whether that's cooling the agitation and the anger, or whether it's just cooling down the ambitions that can't really be acted upon right now. Water's going to help. It's going to help still, cool, and calm that excess fire going around. And also the weekly daily woo, earlier this week, I talked about using peppermint oil to literally cool your jets, calm yourself down. You can put it on the third eye. I'm not a doctor, so I can't recommend this, but I put 1 drop on my tongue, especially if I'm feeling like that extra fire in the belly. You can also put it up and down your spine, on the bottoms of your feet, and on your wrists. And of course, using it in your home, whether that's putting a couple of drops in a candle that's already burning, or diffusing it through your home to just chill it out. You can also sprinkle it in your shower. I like doing that too. So the message is really clear. We have to use patience, and we have to be calm at a time when, you know, we may not want to be. And specifically, it's looking like that it could be around relationships. Now, this card is about twin flames. I don't know if you guys know much about this concept, but it's an idea that the soul was split, that we're a half and we're looking for our other half. I don't adhere to it all that much anymore. I used to when I was a hopeless romantic. But really, I think it always comes down to filling your own cup first. Whether it's a soulmate or a twin flame, if you don't know how to love yourself, that's not going to stick no matter what it is. So our totem, Spider, and she's going to pull this all together for us. Because when Spider comes up, it's all about the web you're weaving. And that web of creativity, that web of beauty being your life. And the question is, what are you wanting to catch in your web, right? And what are you willing to do to create connectivity in your life? Because what this is showing us is that if we want to really have relationships that give us that sense of, you know, solid union, completion, equality, then we are going to have to weave a web with the energy of patience and calm expression, even when perhaps that's hard to do. To really respect other people that you're in relationships with enough to have that level of self-mastery, to be able to control the anger, to even like, you know, control desire and to harness those energies. Now, the other two cards we got this week were Archangel Raphael and the card Gifted we got last week again. So here we have two reoccurring messages. One, get to bodies of water, drink a ton of water to cool yourself down when you may want to explode in all sorts of ways. And then we got this card of Gifted. Now, this could mean that a gift is coming towards you this week. But I like this other meaning of this card even more, which is that you are to be the one to gift someone this week, whether that's the gift of your time and attention, which is truly the greatest gift of all, or whether that is something material, or whether that's just a smile to a stranger or a compliment to a stranger. When is the last time you complimented a stranger? When is the last time you complimented a friend? And of course, when is the last time you complimented yourself? Have you ever stood in front of a mirror and told yourself you're handsome or you're beautiful today? I challenge you guys to do that this week. Because this energy of generosity, it comes back to us 100-fold, especially under these energies we're in right now. What we do right now has such a karmic boomerang effect, and it's so fast. Whereas, 10 years ago, it may have taken another 10 years for that energy to come back to you. Right now, you guys, it'll come back the same day. That's the gift of this time, and in some ways, that's the curse of this time. So again, the question comes back to, where are your connections? What are you weaving? How are you making your life a work of art? And I want to encourage you guys to do that today. I want to encourage you to do it this week. From the time you wake up to the time you go to bed, everything you do can be a work of art. Now, this takes the idea of mindfulness, right? Which is having consciousness in everything you do. Like you're doing the dishes and you're right there in the moment and you're not doing anything else but the dishes, right? You're brushing your teeth. You're really focused on the sensation of the toothbrush, the mint and the toothpaste, whatever. But I want to take it another level up for us this week. That it's not just about maintaining mindfulness, but it's about creating beauty in all that we do, in all that we say, in all that we give. And this goes even deeper, because who are you when no one's looking, right? What are your thoughts in your head? As you witness them, you were the witness, right, to your own conscious unfoldment. And who are you when no one's around? That is the time that is most important that you make beautiful. That weaving of your personal web. How do you treat yourself when no one's looking? What is that inner critic saying to you? So, Archangel Raphael is the last card we pulled. So if you don't work with angels, I want to encourage you guys to do some research, because, I was a big skeptic for a long time, and I'm clearly not anymore. This angel is the angel of healing. His energy is often manifested as an emerald green light. Some people see it as a pillar of green light. Some people can see angels. But this energy, whether you see it or not, is something that you can call upon for healing. And it's interesting, the energy of the emerald ray, the green ray, comes back to this energy of calming. And I want to just reiterate, there's nothing wrong with being angry, right? Anger is like gasoline for our goals and our intentions. But if we are expressing it in an aggressive way, then it does become detrimental. So we use our anger to become assertive, not aggressive. And our passions, right? Whether we're talking about sexual passion or creative passion, because they're really all the same thing. That is creative energy that wants to be manifested, right? Through the physical form. So this week, when you may get frustrated because you want things to be happening faster, or you're getting no's, or whatever it is this week, when the fire comes up I want you to be conscious of it, to take the energy. Don't deny it, right? Don't stuff it. Take it, whether this is anger or we're talking about sexual desire. We're talking about the energy of Mars. I'm going to link the videos here to that. The energy of Mars, when it comes up, the fire, the heat, where you want to push, you want to thrust, you want to assert, you want to be aggressive, you want to be ambitious, you want what you want. I want you to take that energy and I want you to transmute it. And I want you to go and do something creative with that energy, because there is no such thing as blocks. It's just you have to find the avenue where the energy can flow. Because right now we do. There are places where we see a wall and then we have to divert the energy as if we are water itself. So we're working with the energy of fire this week, and we're wanting to turn it into flow like water. This is where the web is a great symbol for us of changing it and changing energy and creating something that we can work with, and we can still catch the fly, right? We can still connect the dots. We can still take a step. We can still be creating our dreams. It may have to be more slow. It may have to be more specific, right? Oftentimes when I'm doing the work, because I'm writing a book and trying to create lesson programs for you guys, and there comes a time when there's a blockage, whether it's because I'm having to parent or something else will come up. And when I come back to the project and the flow may have receded, I have to go back and think, okay, where's the creative energy? I take the frustration and I turn it into creative energy. This is the power of the spider. To turn everything that's coming your way into creative energy. Put it down on paper, do the drawing, dance it out, right? And with Archangel Raphael coming in, it's saying that some of this energy, this heat, this fire, may be triggering old wounds. Old wounds of feeling not belonging, old wounds of feeling not loved, old wounds of feeling like you can't manifest your dreams. But look deeper into that wound, because on the other side of it, you're going to be able to transmute it into tangible results. So look at the insecurity, right? Look at the frustration. There's all sorts of juice there, all sorts of nutrition. It just may not be the way you thought, right? So the path to the goal, we often have this idea that it's going to be A, B, C, D, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you get there. That's not how the web is weaved, right? That's not often how life organically happens. We have to take the twists and turns. And on those twists and turns, just like in video games, that's where we find the gifts, right? The blinking diamonds that we wouldn't have found had that blockage not come up. So this idea of really trusting in the divine plan, trusting that as we get these, roadblocks and we have to take these different avenues and turns and the different routes we have to take, that this is actually where we're supposed to be. And that if we're able to stay in the moment, which is difficult, I know. It's so much easier to say it. I do take my own advice. I try to practice what I preach. And staying in the moment, I find, especially in these uncertain times, so difficult, and yet it's the only way to go. So this week, ask Archangel Raphael to come into your life this week and provide for you consciousness around what needs to be healed. And specifically when it comes to your ability to be in the moment, your ability to be patient with yourself and others, and your ability to express yourself with calm, with integrity, right? With standards that at the end of the day, you go to sleep at night and you're like, yes, I was my best self. I was strengthening the web of my life with my own integrity of thought, of word, of action. And then you guys, on the other side of that is gifts that will come in magical connections. And you guys, I do feel like we have a lot of soulmates and soul families uniting right now and reuniting, whether that's, you know, this lifetime reconciliation or whether that's past lifetime reconciliation. We have new connections that are being formed. We've been through this gauntlet with the Venus retrograde about what we value, and that Mercury retrograde in Cancer as well. Like, what do we love? What do we want to nurture? Where do we want to put our heart? Where do we want to put our soul? So there could be, you know, love, new love coming in. And that energy of love, you know, not just romantic love. You may find friends that you're suddenly just like, oh, this friendship is so fulfilling. Or even with yourself, time alone with yourself, where you're finally able to feel that sense of wholeness and completeness, where you don't need to reach out for anything else. That could be the gift of this week. So practically, I want you guys to be drinking a lot of water, and I want you to try to get outside to the pool or to, you know, the springs or the rivers or the lakes, what oceans, whatever is around you, to allow those negative ions that moving water creates to really soothe this fire in the belly that we're all feeling, right? Because we have the vision now. By now, we know that life that we want to lead. And now it's just about being patient with the steps that it's going to take to get there, and being patient with ourselves as we continue to desire. And again, I want to remind you guys, what about meditating on desire for desire's sake? Especially in Western culture, it's all about instant gratification. But what if you elevate yourself by taking a step back from instant gratification and just allow yourself to sit in that oven of desire, that stove of desire, to just relish what it is to want, relish what it is to feel a pull so strong, and create from that space. What would that art look like? What would that poem sound like? What would that book read? Like, how would that book make someone feel, or that video, or whatever it is? So it is about harnessing the fire, not being afraid of the fire, and working with the element of water to cool us down so that we're not burning ourselves and each other with this passion we're going to be feeling. Whether the passion feels positive or negative, that's going to be up to us. So I'm going to leave you with ginkgo, because this tree, and find if there's any in your neighborhood, like seek it out. Where can you find a ginkgo tree? And sit underneath it and really absorb this ancient energy that it represents. It is a living fossil. It's seen everything. It endures nuclear bombs. And in many ways, energetically, you know, that's what we're in the middle of. And we are called to be this strong, this patient, this enduring, this powerful, this unmoving. All right, y'all, if y'all want more, you know where to find it. Patreon.com/thegoodwoo is where you can find the extended woo. You guys know I do private sessions. You can email me at info@thegoodwoo.org if you have any questions about the services tab, which is on thegoodwoo.org. Thank you all so much for viewing, and have a blessed, fiery week.